Mr. Speaker, thank you for the recognition to present my contribution to this budget debate for 2024-2025. And it is certainly an honor to address this honorable house today on matters of great importance to the development of a dynamic Dominica through partnerships with youth in agriculture, agricultural educators, agro-processors, and the beloved constituents of the Pebush constituency, Kalibishi, Benz, and Zime, and Solda, and Pebush. Mr. Speaker, while unlike Honorable Lloyd, I cannot promise that I am going to introduce a new citizen. I am working on it and I'm taking notes. Mr. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I would like your permission to refer to my notes as I unpack this presentation momentarily, please. Thank you.
Permission granted.
Thank you. To my colleagues, my senior minister, Rui and Difo, and to the Honorable Prime Minister, who I know is listening, to those joining us via the radio and the live stream, good evening to you all. Mr. Speaker, as we focus on engendering an environment for the emergence of new partnerships, building on existing ones, and reinvigorating those that have lapsed over the past years, I stand here to pledge my commitment to the building process for sustainable growth with our principal partners, our families, our communities, our political party, and our country, Dominica. Mr. Speaker, each year, our government presents a comprehensive 12-month financial plan that either initiates new ventures designed to develop a dynamic Dominica or continue funding those initiated in previous fiscal periods. And Mr. Speaker, there is no need to reinvent the wheel because the wheel has been rolling and it has been rolling well. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to take a moment to let the ones who say that we sound like broken records know that the reason why we sound like broken records is because our vision is clear and defined and our mandate is steadfast. So if we did not achieve it last year, we'll come back to the house to achieve it this year. Mr. Speaker, further down in my presentation, I will attempt to define or explain what a budget is actually about. But before I do so, I want to take a moment before I continue to address the youth, sincerely, seriously, directly, and candidly. We cannot continue to say that nothing is happening when we ourselves are not making anything happen. Get up, start up, and do something instead of doing nothing. Stop making excuses, stop looking for someone to blame, stop doing nothing, and start doing something. Mr. Speaker, we focus now on the critical linkages or partners that we must embrace to ensure a solid foundation is laid to sustain the growth outcomes that are expected, reducing poverty, increasing employment and economic growth, and generating income and wealth in Dominica. And with this, Mr. Speaker, I stand in full support of the budget for the period 2024-2025, flawlessly presented by Dr. Irvin McIntyre under the theme, Partnering to Build a Platform for Sustainable Growth and Development, and I added Realizing the Dominican Dream. Mr. Speaker, I entered the political ring at the tender age of 23, representing a large group of partners often referred to as a future of our country. We recognize the critical role we must play in supporting partnerships designed to work toward the development of our country. As all successful partnerships require, each partner makes a unique contribution to the actions required to achieve this desired goal of a dynamic Dominica. Many critics often highlight the youthfulness, inexperience, and missteps characteristic of youth, particularly youth in politics. I stand today as a political youth to encourage other young people to take their rightful place in the development partnership ably led by an experienced, strong, and progressive Labour Party. We can become great partners in climate change mitigation and adaptation. We must engage our youthful resources in actions that will protect our nation so that we will have available the safe, secure, and resilient nation that will be passed on to us when we become the adults in the room. We can become vocal partners, advocating for changes in selfish attitudes, for engaging in creative pursuits that maximize the use of our talents and skills, and for ensuring that we provide support, encouragement, and model behaviors that direct youth in more legitimate enterprising activities. Mr. Speaker, this honorable house is filled with youthful energy, exemplified by our political leader and Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, who continues to model youthful experience in his stewardship of our country. Over the years, the Honorable Prime Minister have built up individuals like me to take on responsibilities that would appear insurmountable to the faint-hearted. And as a strong, knowledgeable partner, he has modeled countless of my constituents, PAL reps, and community leaders, turning turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. This is the level of partnership Dominica requires to build a sustainable, resilient economy that allows everyone the opportunity to build wealth and generate income. And Mr. Speaker, before I continue, I put the question before this honorable house for deep introspection. We speak a lot about the youth, but how many young people have you reached out to? How many young people have you motivated? How many young people have you inspired? And how many young people have you extended your assistance to? Mr. Speaker, each month, as the self-proclaimed Minister of Agro-Processing and Youth in Agriculture Affairs, I witnessed the emerging youth as we expose them to two of the most promising sectors critical to national development. They are best placed to pursue investments in one, agro-processing, and two, agricultural production and develop services that will transform our society. While we think we cannot talk youth into becoming farmers or fishers or laborers, we are taking a different approach to engage youth as partners in advancing better nutrition, better health, a better environment, and a better future through investing part of their time in agricultural science and agribusiness. We are working in partnership with the Dominica State College Administration to rethink, refocus, and rebuild a thriving agricultural program that attracts youth throughout Dominica and the region, and to change the negative view of agriculture that has persisted for so long. Our efforts over the next 12 months will focus on developing partnerships in all of our schools to ensure that agricultural education is given particular attention. We aim to set the platform for the emergence of agri-entrepreneurs over the coming years and erase the negativity associated with the production of healthy food in Dominica, and to continue our fight against the deadly NCD's pandemic. Mr. Speaker, our agricultural programs at the ministry are most effective through partnerships. We have partnered with local farmers to address the vexing problem of farm access roads, with annual allocations made to gradually improve our farm road conditions. For instance, the hills of Calibishi Ridge, Donkey Rest, and Savanpai are ongoing substantive improvements to allow farmers better motorable access. We have partnered with marketing agencies, specifically the Dominica Export-Import Agency, DEXIA, to reduce the burden of long waiting periods to receive payments due to the sale of fresh produce. We look forward to expanding this partnership with a wider range of crop farmers to include traditional crop producers and agro-processors this year. Mr. Speaker, we have initiated action to address the issue of farm labor supply, a global issue that has plagued agriculture for decades. We have partnered with our international friends such as the Chinese Agricultural Technical Mission, Cuba's Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Japanese, the Moroccans, and the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. Last October, we participated in the Caribbean Week of Agriculture Forum, and as proposed to CARICOM, we are initiating a partnership in the recently developed and launched Regional Economical Agri-Insurance Program, or REAL. This historic initiative, developed in partnership with Lynch Caribbean Brokers, Raincoat, and Guy Carpenter, will provide parametric insurance to crop and livestock farmers and fishers. Next month, Mr. Speaker, we will host the very first OECS Symposium for Youth in Agriculture at a cost of over $300,000, where our youth, students, and young agricultural professionals will have a platform to share their experiences, challenges, and successes, and develop plans and programs to address the specific challenges limiting youth participation in agriculture. And Mr. Speaker, while I am on the Youth in Agriculture Symposium, allow me to attempt to break something down for my dear colleagues. My area of expertise is not really finance, but I am sure I understand how a budget works and what a budget is and what a financial plan is set out to do. So every month, I'm not sure if anyone here does a budget, but you say, this month I have to do this, I have to pay this bill, I want to get this, I want to take care of that, and I am making arrangements for unforeseen expenses. What you have to do every month is consider your recurrent expenditure. So you must pay your bills, you must buy food, you must take care of your children. And what you intend to do is your investment expenditure. You want to get a new pair of shoes, a new bag, you want to do your hair, you want to get your nails done, you want to put your susus here, your, help me, or your eyelashes. And then there are expenses that you did not plan for. Unforeseen expenditure. With that being said, Mr. Speaker, sometimes a budget or financial plan is drawn up and we do not spend the funds because we stumbled upon whatever other means and we get it done. So for example, the Youth in Agriculture Symposium was not reflected on our budget because of the skills and connections that we have at the Ministry of Agriculture. We didn't need to tap into government resources for our symposium. So for example, our symposium got contributions from the OECS, $168,000, PISLM, $33,000, WOS, $16,000, ICA, $51,000, and FAO, $26,000, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this honorable house is serious business. And we are developing partnerships with the Ministry of Education and Extension Services to ensure that there are active school farms and school gardens at our secondary and primary schools. This will culminate in a national school garden competition that will build awareness and appreciation for agriculture among the school population. 14 schools with over 19,000 plants and an energized and buzzing student population will engage in agricultural activities. Since last year, all extension staff had to dedicate at least 10% of their time to our program, helping out our primary schools, or HOOPS, a partnership initiative developed in Dominica since 2006. This initiative is being reintroduced as part of our agricultural education program for our primary and secondary schools. The Irrigate and Educate program, first introduced at the community high school last October, is a prime example of a partnership program that seeks to promote innovation in school agriculture, ensuring that students are exposed to modern agricultural technologies. Mr. Speaker, agriculture must become entrenched in our school curriculum. Therefore, there is no better approach than to partner with educators in developing school farms, supporting school feeding programs, and preparing a novel school agricultural syllabus designed specifically for Dominica and the OECS region. And Mr. Speaker, I sat intently listening to the Minister of Education while she made her contribution last evening. And she mentioned the school feeding program. And one of my colleagues made a comment along the lines of the minister mentioning the school feeding programs and schools not having food and children having to pay for their meals and meals not being available. Well, I do not know about the senator, my colleague, but in the Pebush constituency, I've adopted all of my school feeding programs, and every single day, every single child have access to a hot meal at no cost to their parents. So what I may advise, I probably am not in a position to advise, but what I may advise the senator is for her to consider doing the same. Because we are here not to lament on problems, but create solutions and represent the people and represent them well. So, Mr. Speaker, by prioritizing agriculture in our schools, we'll teach students invaluable lessons linking food production with our health and economy, while instilling values of hard work, responsibility, and environmental stewardship at the earliest stages of life. We also continue to foster strong partnerships within the agro-processing sector. In April of this year, we launched a $5 million agro-processing development program. With 151 applications submitted to date, 86 having been qualified and approved. We are currently concluding the verification process in the North, Northeast, and South, and will begin the rollout of the resources to these beneficiaries as soon as this process is complete. This program shall provide support in the form of equipment and packaging material, critical resources required to foster growth in the sector. By supporting our agro-processors, we strive to strengthen the agricultural value chain such that it can contribute more to sustainable economic development. With the majority of agro-processors classified as youth entrepreneurs, we are gradually forging healthy partnerships between youth in agriculture and the agro-processors. Our youth are becoming more open to experiences with new technologies and adapting emerging technologies to enhance productivity and profits. Mr. Speaker, I would like to highlight the progress and strides we have made in this ministry. The Agro-Processors Development Program includes support for producers of local juices and support to value-added industries. Additionally, we allocated $8 million for the rental of facilities for manufacturing and agro-processing. Mr. Speaker, we speak a lot about the coffee processing plant, but my ministers and I have no doubt, and we can boldly say, that the machinery and equipment is on island, and all of the necessary paperwork have been done with the contractor to ensure that this coffee plant will begin operation soon, Mr. Speaker. The agro-processing industry will play a significant role in our annual GDP and our goal of contributing 700 million by 2030. We have a database of over 200 registered agro-processors, 91% of them being youth. While some businesses may close due to viability issues, others open because they are profitable and relevant. Funding opportunities are available at the aid bank and other lending facilities for startup and expansion of these businesses. So I encourage everyone who has an interest in agriculture or agro-processing to take advantage of these funding opportunities. Mr. Speaker, we have also introduced an agro-processing and post-harvest grant with over 100 processors and post-harvesters benefiting from machinery, upgrading of facilities, and training opportunities. And speaking of training, 37 young agro-processing businesses will benefit from a 3-week training in China this coming August. And we speak about investments in our youth, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this government has made significant investments in agriculture and agro-processing. We continue to support young people involved in agriculture through backyard and school gardening programs, with over 50 schools benefiting and participating. And I must say that the Bells and Dubel primary schools are exemplary participants. Our work with the schools through the White Potato Program teaches children sustainable and alternative planting and growing methods. We are also collaborating with the National Association of Youth in Agriculture, NAYA, to relaunch the association and to review existing legislation, procedures, and structures. NAYA's very first AGM will be this coming August. We will also be hosting, as I mentioned before, the inaugural OECS Youth Symposium from August 7th to 9th, with enthusiasts both locally and regionally. This symposium aims to provide a platform for these young people in agriculture to share their experiences, to share their challenges, and to let us know what their successes are. It will foster networking opportunities, inspire and motivate our youth, and highlight the importance of agriculture to our economy and society. Mr. Speaker, our 5th C, cannabis. in our ongoing efforts to diversify and strengthen our agricultural sector. We have made significant strides in the development of the cannabis and medical marijuana industry. This emerging sector holds immense potential for transforming our economy and providing new opportunities for producers, consumers, and agro-processors. Over the past year, we have diligently reviewed and refined our regulatory framework to ensure a robust and sustainable cannabis industry. Our focus has been on creating a comprehensive and transparent system that supports local farmers and entrepreneurs while ensuring consumer safety and product quality. By solidifying these regulations, we are laying the foundation for a thriving industry that will attract investment, create jobs, and generate sustainable revenue for our nation. For our producers, the cannabis industry offers a new and lucrative crop, not new to us, but new to the market, providing an alternative to traditional agriculture and the opportunity to participate in a high demand market. Consumers will benefit from access to safe, high quality medical marijuana products, which can offer relief for a variety of health conditions, Mr. Speaker. Agro-processors stand to gain significantly as well, with opportunities to develop value-added products such as oils, tinctures, edibles, and so much more. Mr. Speaker, the potential transformation of this sector is profound. With the right support and infrastructure, Dominica will position itself as a leader in the regional cannabis market, driving economic growth and fostering innovation. This industry will not only create direct employment opportunities, but also stimulate ancillary sectors, including research and development, tourism, and education. As we continue to advance our efforts, we are committed to ensuring that the benefits of this industry are felt widely, promoting sustainable practices and inclusive growth. We look forward to the positive impact the cannabis and medical marijuana industry will have on our nation and its people. Mr. Speaker, our primary priorities at the ministry: agriculture, the blue economy, youth in agriculture, and education. We are committed to addressing the challenges and seizing the opportunities in these sectors. By engaging the youth and educators, we are laying the foundation for sustainable and resilient agriculture sector that contributes significantly to Dominica's development. In my constituency, we are actively supporting agriculture through the Let's Go program, providing seedlings, training, and input support to youth and backyard gardeners across the constituency with the support of the 1 Mile Agricultural Station and Ministry of Agriculture. We are also investing in our young people involved in agriculture and agro-processing. I want to thank once more my ministers, Roy and Difo, for their ongoing work and support within the ministry. As a junior minister, the guidance have been invaluable. And to the staff across the length and breadth of the ministry, I say thank you. I also want to recognize and highlight the agro-processors currently operating and producing in Dominica, including the Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Our nation is on the cusp of a significant transformation, driven by monumental projects such as the International Airport, the geothermal project, Cabrit's Marina, the cable car project, five-star accommodations and restaurants, the digital economy, the cruise village, and community tourism development initiatives. These projects are not just infrastructure, Mr. Speaker. They are the lifeblood of our economic future, creating a ripple effect that will benefit every sector, particularly agro-processing and youth engagement. The ongoing developments across our nation are set to bring profound benefits to agro-processors and the youth, creating avenues for growth and opportunity. The construction of the international airport will revolutionize the export process for our agricultural produce, allowing a more faster and efficient access to international markets, thereby increasing the profitability of our local produce. These ventures will offer entrepreneurial opportunities for our young people, from tour guiding to establishing service-oriented business, fostering economic independence and innovation. The development of five-star accommodations and restaurants will provide a stable market for premium, locally sourced ingredients, benefiting our farmers and agro-processors. One of the transformational projects we are embarking on is the Future Housing Initiative. This project is specifically targeted at the youth of our country. It aims to provide affordable, modern housing solutions that cater to the unique needs and aspirations of our young people. By offering accessible housing, we are not only addressing the immediate need for shelter, but also fostering a sense of stability and community. This initiative will revolutionize the way we live by creating vibrant, sustainable living environments that support the growth and development of our youth, ensuring they have a solid foundation to build their futures upon. Mr. Speaker, in my community, we are actively pursuing projects that highlight our commitment to development and prosperity for all. The comprehensive rehabilitation and maintenance of the Kalibishi Farm Road, with similar efforts to commence soon in the Pebush community, will improve access to farmers, reducing transportation costs and enhancing the market reach. The Anzime playing field is lit. And this project will enhance the safety and usability of the field for community events and sports, fostering a sense of community and well-being. The 16 housing unit project at the Asiplat Pebush is nearing completion, providing much needed housing to our residents and contributing to improved living standards. Continuous investment in community tourism in Kalibishi through ventures like Nets of Reef, Blackbeard Goat Milk and Cheese, Red Rock Cuisine, and Seacliff Gin and Guest House highlights our unique offerings and creates sustainable economic opportunities. Our leading farmers and young entrepreneurs like Diles Warrington, Marcel and Nestor, Nickel Joseph, young fisherman Luke Isaac of Ansolder are making tremendous contributions to our local economy. Entrepreneurs like Nikita Tuse, Rahil Paul of Pablo's Blends, and Jensen of Jen's Enterprise are also driving our communities forward. Our sports teams, including the BA Sharks Basketball Club of Benz, the Lakeyia Joseph Red Rock Bramblers Cricket Club of Kalibishi, the Lakeyia Joseph Kalibishi Football Club, and the Eagles and Snipers basketball teams of Pebush have made exceptional contributions to sports in our community. Wellness initiatives like the Saturday Zumba and wellness sessions in Pebush, hosted by Michael Farrell, will soon be extended to our communities, continuing to promote health and fitness. Mr. Speaker, the two most crucial projects in my constituency, the Anzime Jetty and the Shodia Pool. For decades, we have spoken. For decades, we have worked. And I can safely say that we are making progress. The Anzime Jetty, providing much needed services to our friendly islands, our friendly French sisters, will soon come to fruition. We'll commence the Shodia Pool Road, which will significantly enhance infrastructure and accessibility in Benz, Anzime, and Solder. The Pebush Water Project, set to begin under the BNTF project, and the Benz Water Supply Upgrade will address critical water needs in Pebush and Benz. The construction of the Kalibishi Primary School has commenced with full community support, and in 24 months, we will see the realization of this vital educational institution. These initiatives reflect our unwavering commitment to the development and prosperity of our constituency, ensuring that every individual, from child to elder, can benefit from the opportunities being created. Mr. Speaker, while the government has its national mandate, we as individuals have a responsibility to our health, wellness, education, and business. There is money to be made and opportunities to gain. There is something for everyone, and the pie has just over 70,000 plus pieces, a piece for every single citizen. Remember, a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. The $1.6 billion budget is a testament to our commitment to progress despite global uncertainties and local challenges like inflation, climate change, and increased energy costs. We are forging ahead, planning and sacrificing today for a better tomorrow. Our priority remains the people of Dominica, especially our young people, and I implore them to seize the opportunities available. We'll continue to champion our social programs like the Yes We Care and the National Employment Program, the non-contributory pension, and the public assistance programs, among others. These initiatives are the bedrock of our social support system, ensuring no one is left behind. I extend my gratitude to the Paybush constituency LYO, my constituency association, and other constituency groups, my village councils, the elderly groups, the youth groups, and development committees. A special congratulations at this time to Honorable Rosalind Paul on receiving the Golden Drum Award for outstanding contribution to our culture. She has been a stalwart in the Paybush constituency, and I want to thank her once again for her unwavering support over the past 18 months and beyond. I also congratulate Priscilla Paul on her special recognition at the Golden Drum Awards for her contributions to our culture and her role in the Paybush Cultural Group. Mr. Speaker, patience is bitter, but its fruits are sweet. These words encapsulate the essence of our journey towards growth and development in the Paybush constituency and Dominica by extension. Our collective patience and perseverance are now bearing the sweet fruits of progress, as evidenced by the numerous ongoing projects and future plans that promise to transform our communities and uplift our people. Mr. Speaker, I extend my full support to the 2024-2025 budget estimates presented by our Honorable Minister of Finance. We extend our gratitude to the Dominica Labour Party, the government of Dominica, and our partners for their dedication to advancing our country, our people, and our country. Our commitment to the young people of Dominica is unwavering. Let us continue to work together, harnessing the power of partnerships to build a resilient and prosperous Dominica and realize the Dominican dream. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.